mute me if I'm disturbing you. Okay, so to find the mean, you add all of these together, and there are 10 values. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we get the total of 140, and then we divide by the number of numbers there are here, which is 10. 140 divided by 10 gives us a mean of 14. And then for the median, you put in order all of these numbers from least to greatest, and that's why I crossed them out. As I was putting them down here, I'll just show you the whole process. So here was the list. That they gave to us. And then I'm going to put them in order from least to greatest. So I'm just going to scan really quickly, and I'm going to see 7.6 is the least number. And as I'm writing them down, I'm going to cross them off so that I make sure that I don't put one down twice or that I don't miss one. Here's my next value, 9.2. Then I scan. 12.5 is my next value. Then 13.9. 14.1, 15.6, 17.5, 20.3, and 21.7. Now I keep crossing them out from the first one to the last one until I either get to the middle or the middle two. So for this one, I have two values here. If you have one value, that's your median. If you have two values, you have to add these together. And then you divide this by the two values. So we have 28 divided by two values is 14. So for this, the mean and the median are both 14. That doesn't always happen. So if you don't get the same number, that's okay. For the word problem, so 14 is our median, we have Craig is practicing his baseball pitching. He kept track of the speed of each of his throws yesterday and made a histogram. Can you tell the speed of Craig's fastest pitch? So we look at the histogram, and I can see, I can't tell the exact speed, but I can tell that Craig's fastest was between 70 to 75 miles per hour. I don't know if it was 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, but I do know that it gave me a range because this was his fastest speed. Then it says, between what speeds does Craig usually pitch? So I'm just going to look here, and I see that all of the data, a lot of the data is right here. So I'm going to take the least number, which is 50, all the way up to right here, which is 65 miles per hour. That's what he usually pitches. And then based on this data, what is the probability that Craig will pitch the ball 70 to 70 and 75 miles per hour? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the number of pitches by looking here. He pitched between 45 and 50 at one time. 5, 3, 4, 1, and 2. If you add all of those up, it comes to 16. So the total is 16. That becomes your denominator. And then how many pitches did he do between 70 and 75? He did 2. So that is the probability. So 2 to 16, which becomes 1 to 8. Or you can say 1 over 8, or you could say 1 to 8. So the probability that he's going to do that pitch is is 1 to 8. And then if you want to put it in a decimal, or a percent, it's 12.5% chance that he'll pitch between 70 and 75. So for your toolkit, I want you to set it up by writing the word mean, writing out what we just did, and then writing out median, and then writing out what we just did. And you can put the instructions are add the numbers and then divide by the number of numbers for mean. And then median, we line up least to greatest. We cross off as we list them. We cross the first and the last until we get to the last number standing, which is the middle number, and that becomes our median. If there are two numbers, then you add those two numbers together, and then you get a total, and you divide that total by 2. Does that make sense to you, Lauren?
Yeah.
Okay. I will send this to you and you can make your toolkit. So for the first toolkit, you're going to write mean, median, and you're going to use one page to do that. And then you're going to start a table of contents where you're going to say, page 1, mean, median. And then you're going to label this page that you did the instructions, page 1. Did you also do mode yet?
No, we have not done that yet.
Okay, so I'll teach it to you. Mode is the most frequently occurring number. So for our set of data that they gave to us, we have everything in order right here. We can see that 7.6 is a repeating number. And then we look, is there anything else that's repeating? No. So our mode is 7.6. Now for mode, you can have more than one mode. Suppose there was another 9.2 here. Your modes would be 7.6 and 9.2. So it's the most frequently occurring numbers. If there's 1, that's your mode. If there's 2, those are your modes. And if there's none, if everything just occurs one time, like if this 7.6 wasn't there, then you would have no mode. And that's perfectly acceptable to have no mode or more than one mode. The last thing is the range. And the range is the greatest number minus the smallest number or the least number. So for our example, our greatest number is 21.7. So you're going to write 21.7 minus the smallest number, which is 7.6. And then on your calculator, you're going to do 21.7 minus 7.6. So our range is 14.1. That is just the difference between the biggest number and the smallest number.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.